Good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever you're watching this, my name is Ben DeCastro, and I am the PA announcer for the Worcester Red Sox, your Woo Sox. And I am joined none other than the man, the myth, the legend of Lehigh Valley. They will write folk songs about him at some point, I'm sure, in life. Justin Choate, sir, the PA announcer for your... what am I doing? Who do you announce for, Justin?
The one and only Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
And you say one and only. You guys have not one mascot, not two mascots. You have like, what, 40?
It might be close to 40, yeah. Yeah. I'm still trying to, my first season with the Iron Pigs, I'm still trying to get them all in line here.
Well, it's a cool thing, though. I mean, they have different logos, they have different looks and everything. But obviously, you guys are the AAA affiliate of the Philadelphia Phillies. You're repping it right there. You look great right there. So that's awesome. So we met via Twitter, and we've gone back and forth a little bit. And perhaps this is something that's going to grow into talking with other PA announcers from the other AAA teams, which would be really fun and awesome. Great content for the socials and everything. But I'm curious, what's your backstory? How did you get into like the PA thing? Did you audition? Were you doing it before? What's kind of your into this?
Yeah, so I have zero professional training when it comes to voice acting, speaking, anything like that. My whole experience comes from listening to Philadelphia Phillies public address announcer Dan Baker when I was growing up, going to Veteran Stadium, Citizens Bank Park, and just really listening to him and being intrigued with the way that he enunciates and hits certain letters in each word. It was nuts to me, and it really drew me into really focusing on my speech and the way that I talk. My neighborhood, I lived in a little cul-de-sac, and we had a bunch of kids who played baseball every single day. I knew very early on that I was not a good baseball player, but I could talk about baseball. So we had this communal mailbox. I would sit on top of this mailbox and I would say, "Now batting, number 3, Kyle Macrina." And my best friend, as they came up to the plate, and that was it for me.
All right.
In 2013, I auditioned for the AA affiliate of the Phillies, the Fightin' Phils.
Okay.
Got that position. Was there for 5 years.
I got to interrupt you.
Yeah,
the Fighting Phils. Is
yes.
That is it just a bunch of like is Philip Banks?
Just all Phils. Uncle Phil
from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yep, exactly. All Phils.
So it's okay. So it's his face on the uniform. Cool.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was there from 2013 to 2015. Had my son Cameron, and wanted to really spend a lot of time with him as he was in his early years. And I got a call from my good buddy Mike Ventola, who works for the Iron Pigs. Says, "We're looking for a public address announcer. Would you like to audition?" I said, it's time to go back. I miss it.
Yeah.
Auditioned, and here we are.
There you are. What do you do outside of being the PA announcer for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs?
I'm a marketing guy. I work in marketing. I work for the oldest hat company in America, Bowman Hat Company. Right. It's right outside of where I live, in a small town called Adamstown, Pennsylvania. Right. And I'm in charge of a few brands and their marketing efforts. So that's my thing. Hats.
You've done enough games where there's got to be something that sticks out to you so far. What is that for you?
So it was actually just our last series. Phillies infielder Didi Gregorius was rehabbing with the Iron Pigs. And Didi just so happens to be my son's favorite Phillies player.
Oh, that's awesome.
He loves his walk-up song. I took Cam to opening day for the Phillies, and he heard Didi Gregorius, Notorious from Notorious B.I.G. and Duran Duran, that remix. Yep. And he took it as a tortoise. So he sings a tortoise.
And how old is he?
He's 3 and a half.
So that is that's an educational song.
Absolutely. All educational, strictly animal learning. So Cam actually came out to the game with my wife Kelly, and he got to see DD play, and being able to introduce a major league player, as you know, I'm sure you can agree to this, is exciting in itself.
Yeah.
But when your son is there and that's his favorite player, and you get to announce your son's favorite player, it's a beautiful feeling.
That is awesome. That's such a
Yeah,
great story. And I mean, you think about him, growing up now, with dad working for the AAA team, which, it's something really special. AAA baseball is a high level.
yeah,
You talked about Didi Gregorius coming down from the Phillies to rehab. At the time of this recording, Chris Sale was at the ballpark this week, doing some work and stuff. So it's it's really it's an incredible thing, and it's amazing just how this whole industry has transformed. I'm very much like you. I had no professional experience going into this other than, I mean, I've always had some fun doing performance stuff. I played music as a kid and everything,
yeah.
but going, right into a minor league system, that's pretty big. And I'm
Huge.
very lucky, and I really appreciate it. It was just, it worked out well. Um, so it's pretty something pretty special. You did it on the AA level. What advice do you give to somebody looking to get into this kind of an industry?
That's a good question. You know, you know, I don't know. That's a good question. I would have to say, don't give up. Meet as many people as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Ask to shadow people. Send emails. Write letters. I met Dan Baker, Philly's public address announcer, before I went to college by sending him a letter. I wrote Dan a letter, and he had my phone number on there, and he called me one day. I get a phone call from
Wow.
this random number, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to answer this. And I pick up, and there's Dan Baker talking to me on the other line, and it's amazing. So reach out to people. You'd be really surprised with how many people are willing to share advice, or let you shadow them. Just ask questions, meet as many people as you can, and don't take any opportunity you get for granted, because they're all special.
That's great advice. All right, so let's transition here for a little bit of fun. Not all the fun yet, folks. Stay tuned because there will be a little bit of a battle royale, not a bare knuckle paradise though. Sorry. So here's the deal. What is your prep for a game? And I assume you have a bag, or it's a backpack or a briefcase or something you bring. What's in your bag?
What's in my bag? My scorebook.
Okay.
I bring my own scorebook. I keep score. I have every single scorecard from every single game I've ever public address announced.
Wow.
And I, would like to obviously keep that going. So my scorebook, bottle of water, pens and pencils, and a sweatshirt,
All right.
because you never know if it's going to get cold.
All right. And what is like the prep for you? Is it a new script every day? Is it a pretty standard? Like, how does it work? Like in between
It's
innings, pregame stuff?
it's pretty standard. It'll switch position. Maybe our pork race will be in the second inning one game, or the fifth inning the next game. Scripts basically stay the same. I come in, I'll go in and I'll fill out, who I'm going to be throwing it down to for an in between inning contest, or if there is a special event on the field before the game, honoring an EMS person or a firefighter or a police officer, making sure I get their pronunciation right, because that's a really special moment for them.
Sure.
Making sure I check that lineup, making sure I know how to pronounce all of the players' names, making sure I know how to pronounce the team name.
It's tough. We're new. We understand. We understand.
um,
And I think I can, empathize for the fine folks of Worcester and surrounding communities. It's if you're not from here, it takes.
oh yeah, Worcester. I'm sorry. I definitely butchered the name my first time, and my brain just cannot for some reason comprehend the pronunciation of it when I'm looking at it on paper. So.
Yeah, it messes with you. It messes with you. When you're in the middle of a game, for you, I'm just curious, how much leverage do you have? How much like freedom do you have to ad lib or to kind of bring, to add your own personality, your own flavor into it?
There's a lot. And I'm still trying to, I was with the Fightin' Phils for 5 seasons. I kind of really got a flow there. I was able to, come up with things off the top of my head, left and right. I'm trying to get back into that. It's been almost 4 years since I've last PA announced. New environment, new setting. Just trying to get the feel of the fans but there's a lot of room. I do have a lot of room to ad lib, to kind of say things on the fly. For in between eating contests, I ad lib the entire pork race that comes through. So I have a little bit of freedom there. Yeah.
Have you kind of taken a shine to a certain name that you maybe give a little bit more of a emphasis on? I'll tell you, mine is Josh Akemi. He's been with the team. He was with the team in 2019. And for some reason, I don't know why, perhaps it was because at McCoy Stadium, the speakers were tired and
Sure.
the rafters were tired. And I literally reached over as I introduced them for the first time, and I cranked the bass on the channel for the PA mic, and I went, Josh Akemi, and I just, as I was fading out, the sweet little Mackie board we got, the soundboard, I was kind of fading it in a little bit more, and I talked to him last year off season, and he said, he goes, oh, there were kind of like over unders on how long the growl was going to last, seconds wise, and
That's
catchers from other teams and stuff, and he's a very sweet guy. And now I found that when I'm after a game, walking out to my car, you see the fans and stuff because you walk through the stadium to get there. People be like, oh, you're the PA guy. You're the Akemi guy. So it's like, yes, thank you. Thank you. And I've even heard that some of the other players' kids are saying broccoli. So, hey, maybe I'm promoting some healthy food here.
Yeah,
I'm doing my part. Is there any, kind of special accent you've latched onto?
I really do enjoy saying Mickey Moniak's name.
Okay,
That's a fun one. Travis Jankowski was a good one. He's up with the Philadelphia Phillies now.
Yep.
And I think those two are probably my two favorite to say. JD, anything with a with like two initials in the first name. Our relief pitcher JD Hammer, I really like to emphasize the J, the D, and then give a little space, Hammer. So yeah, I'd say anything around something like that. Yeah.
Well, hey, listen, if you make your way out to Massachusetts, the 508, as it were, or actually they have a lot of area codes in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Rhode Island, where I live, we only have one. It's 401. But I mean, and again, you're never more than 18 and a half miles from Connecticut, Massachusetts, or the ocean. So, we're kind of we're a small state, but we're cute. But Massachusetts, obviously, Worcester, the heart of the Commonwealth, which is, just been an exciting time for us to be there. I am like you, dude, the crowds have been awesome.
Yeah.
They have been awesome. And, I'm sure part of it is, admittedly, part of it is because, it's a new ballpark. It's the new thing in town. But you could just feel the excitement just pulsing through. It's great to have crowds there. It's great to be out there with people. It's after all this. Justin, it's been great chatting with you. And folks, go follow the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs online. Do me a favor, go follow the Worcester Red Sox online. Head up all their social media pages. And if you ever get a chance and you're in the Lehigh Valley area and it happens to be summertime, go to the ballpark. And if the team's not in town, still go to the pro shop, the team store, whatever they call it there. Pick up something cool. That's one of the great things about minor league ball is you have all those opportunities there.
Yep, that's true. That's what's great about minor league baseball.
All right, Justin, I'll leave you to how do you sign off at the end of the night? Let's say it's a Lehigh Valley win. How are you signing off?
Thanks so much for coming out to Coca-Cola Park. Remember, Lehigh Valley, oink on.
Wow, I like that. Very good.
That's a good one, huh?
That's it. Maybe I can say smile on.
Smile on.
We have
Look
Smiley
at that.
Ball. We have Smiley Ball.
Smiley Ball. I love that logo, by the way. It's great.
Harvey Ball, who was the creator of that logo, he was a graphic designer in Worcester, and that's kind of where that whole thing kind of came from. And the team, the much more intelligent people on the team, front office staff, they're the ones that put the whole thing together and really came up with it. And it's great to see it. It's fun. It's simple, but it's awesome. It's great. So we're having fun.